Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Swallow Your Whistle Live podcast. My name is Nick. I'm here with my boy Daniel. Today, we're going to be talking some real ball. How you doing, Daniel?
I'm doing good, man. What's going on?
A little bit of a delay there.
Yeah,
Everything
bro.
good?
I was making sure everything was was on.
All right,
Make sure
man.
it didn't crash like last week.
Oh my good.
It
But
spooked
yeah,
me for a sec.
yeah, you seem shook.
Uh,
What do you got for us today?
Today last week we did the Western playoff race, and this week we're gonna do the Eastern playoff race. Easy
All
peasy.
right.
Last week we started from top down. We're gonna mix it up, go from bottom up this time.
Yeah, get
Uh,
the trash out the way.
yeah, let's get the trash out of the way. We're only gonna really talk about like the teams that are on the edge.
hmm
We'll throw a bone to like the Hawks and stuff, cause I love me some Trey Young, but that's about it.
Yeah,
So let's jump right into it. I don't care about the Cavs. I don't think Cleveland cares about them either. The
the
Hawks.
big man.
I'm interested in seeing what they do next year. Realistically, like
They
Capella
got
and
Clint.
yeah, Clinton and Trey and John Collins is interesting. The young kids have been playing well. They're 5-5 in
Think
the
that
last 10 games.
you think that makes them playoff contenders next year?
Next year they could be a Charlotte and like be the 8 seed. The only issue is like someone has to drop out of it, and I don't really see anyone dropping out of it.
Magic, maybe.
The Magic are solid.
So you think the Hawks need to add another piece then?
I just think they need to grow. Like the young guys need some time, but they could battle for that 8 seed for sure. Well, it takes an injury, right? And you're in the 8 seed. Like the
Mm,
Heat could be out of the the Heat could miss it. Raptors could miss it.
mm,
Pacers could be out. You don't know.
Yeah, no,
The
I don't
Sixers
know.
could trade one of their two big guys, and that's it.
I think they're gonna need another. I think they need to add another piece if they
Yeah,
actually
or
want
one of
to.
their pieces has to grow into a big piece.
Yeah, exactly. One of the two.
It's pretty
But
simple.
yeah.
The Knicks,
What about the
the
Pistons?
Pistons, they're rebuilding. All I care about is D Rose.
D
As
Rose
long
needs
as
to
he,
leave, man.
yo, bro, as long as he's not hurt, that's all I'm happy about. He doesn't even need to leave, bro. Just let him play ball. He just wants to play ball.
I want to see you in the playoffs.
I know, but he wants to be close to home.
True.
So, like, I don't know what else is closer.
You're
So,
gonna talk about the Knicks?
oh, yo, the Knicks, okay, they actually haven't been too bad since they changed coaches. They've been okay.
Okay.
They've been semi-competitive, but like, do people? I don't know what it is about the Knicks but if they were a lot, I want them to be better. Like it's
Okay.
good for the game if they're better. It's like the Lakers. When the Lakers sucked, it wasn't good for the game. If the LA teams and New York teams are good, it's good for everyone. Like you have a lot more eyes on the actual games
Mm.
instead of 20-win teams on prime time like the Knicks.
hmm Yeah, like for example, the Jazz are a really good team, but no one cares about them because
No,
it's the
but
Jazz.
it's same with the Nuggets.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and OKC.
Mm. But
Like, I like RJ Barrett's been okay this year. He hasn't been great. Like you hope
yeah,
someone
he
can find
wasn't
something.
he wasn't he was number he was a
Yeah, he
second
went after
draft.
Zion. Oh no, third. He went Zion,
Third.
Jaw, and then RJ.
Right.
Jaw's
Okay.
gross. You can't forget about Jaw.
Josh, Josh.
Yeah,
That's
that's about
weird.
it from like the teams that have no chance getting in the playoffs. Even Chicago. Honestly, I'll throw Chicago in there. Like
Bro,
Chicago,
I'm not gonna
bro.
lie, I don't know a single player from Chicago.
All
Is
right.
Zach Levine out there?
Yeah. I'm about to be a
And that
bum.
Colby.
I'm a
And White, Kobe
Kobe
White,
White.
right?
Yeah. Laurie Markkinen plays there. Um, who else plays there?
That's it. That's I
Thomas
only know those two.
Jordanski plays there. I'm about to name some bums. Be prepared, bro. Like legit. Like I don't know what's wrong with Chicago. They actually have talent and they suck. Like
What is the coach bad or something?
yeah, Moylan's really bad.
Oh
Their
jeez.
GM's bad. Everything's bad, bro. Otto Porter Jr.'s there. Like Otto Porter Jr.'s good. Who else is there? Okay, obviously you have Levine and Laurie Markkinen. Markkinen hasn't been great this year. Wendell Carter Jr. is good. Denzel Washington's decent. Kobe White's good. Thaddeus Young's a good rebounder. Like they have pieces. It's just odd.
Mm.
I
All right.
I kind of feel bad for Zach LaVine, but I also don't feel bad for him because he didn't do the dunk contest.
What about the Hornets? Scary Terry and the boys.
I actually like the Hornets this year, or not like
Yeah.
obviously not like as a good team, but they've been competitive. The
Mm.
young guys are decent. Scary Terry's been okay. They
Yo,
have
that
no
guy thought
center.
he was a star point guard.
I know, but like he's fine. Like realistically, he's fine. He's a great
Oh
six
man.
man though. Like if you think about it, great
Yeah, but
six
he
man.
thinks he's the first man.
Yeah, but I think that's what you want out of your team though.
Not if you're not the first man.
I
Like,
guess.
you have to have a realistic perspective here, you know? Like, okay, if he left Boston if he didn't leave Boston under that circumstance, then yeah, it's nice to be ambitious, but like
Oh yeah,
I don't know, bro. It
he
was
kind
just
of
such
seems
a
like a cancer.
sorry.
He seems like a locker room cancer, to be honest.
Yeah, like a little bit, like
Yeah,
and
like
just a little bit,
you know
but
what? They were okay at the beginning of the year. They weren't fantastic, obviously. They're
yeah.
still below 500. But like since
Mm.
January, they've been just losing games. But they're competitive games usually. Like they beat Toronto this week, competitive game. They were close to Milwaukee on Sunday. Like they play competitive games.
Well, I guess we're never gonna find out how competitive they can really be
Nah,
because they're not
bro,
making the
because they
playoffs.
don't. They spend so much money on ridiculous people like Batum and Bismack Biyombo. Batum makes $26 million a year.
Bro, I miss Bismack. I miss
Bro,
Biombo.
I'd love Bismack to play on the Raptors again, but like
Uh,
not
yeah,
at that money. how
yeah,
many
no
how many
facts.
points per game do you think Nicholas Batum scores?
7.
3, bro. 3.6. He makes $26 million a year. That's highway robbery.
How many rebounds?
4.5.
Woo! Yo,
Let's go.
all
Yo,
right, all
he's
right.
shooting 34% from the field. All right, get
Let's
rid of
move.
this
Let's
man.
move on. Let's move on.
I will go down a
How's
rabbit
your
hole of Nicholas Batum
how,
talk.
how's your boy John Wall?
Bro, my boy John Wall is dead. Where is he?
Bro,
Yo,
is he ever coming back?
yeah, next year, bro. This man tore his ACL or whatever, and then tore his MCL in the shower.
Uh, do you ever come back from that as a player?
I I'm scared because he's like super athletic and he can't shoot. So I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know. Westbrook's been hurt a bunch and he's still athletic. It just depends, I guess. Realistically, he's gonna have 2 years off almost.
man, I really hope he can come back.
I
I enjoyed watching him play.
I know him and Beal don't get along, but I love it's a great tandem.
Yeah, Bradley Beal though.
He's been on fire.
He has been on fire. I'm hearing talks of him actually going to the team up next in the Nets.
Nah, bro. What as a third star?
It
I
wouldn't work.
I don't think it would work, bro. You need to be like on some like third eye level cramp to play on that team.
And then at the same time, who's playing defense with
On the Nets?
Kyrie,
Nah,
Bradley Beal?
KD's a good defender though.
He's a good defender, but like with the guards though, who's playing defense? Okay, like Kyrie can play defense, but it's not like I think
Not
they'd benefit better from like a 3-and-D guy.
yeah, bro. It's not in your face defense.
Yeah. Um, I don't
No,
know.
finish off the Wizards quick. Like they obviously have a couple nice pieces. Like I like the kid they drafted this year, Rui. He's been solid all year. Bertans has been a lights out shooter. Laffy and Laser. Beal's been on
Yeah.
fire lately. Wall is gonna come back. Hopefully he's like 75% of what he was before. He's gonna be making a ton of money, but he better produce.
So you think he's staying there
Yeah,
with
he's
Wall?
making way too much money for them to move. He's gonna be making like 40 mil upwards to 50 mil by the end of the contract. I don't see them trading
Mm.
Beal because you'll never get that value back. Like you're not gonna
Yeah.
ever trade for a guy or you're not gonna trade Bradley Beal and then draft someone and create that value again. You have a guy who wants to stay in Washington. Why would you? Why would you move on from him?
You think they can actually make any noise in the next couple of
I
years,
don't
like the
know. It
Wizards?
depends on the kid they drafted, Rui,
Mm.
because he could be a playmaker. He could be good for them. Thomas Bryant's been okay for them the last couple of years.
Yo,
Like,
for
Gary
me, I
Payton the
think
second, the midden.
for me, the Wizards need to skip this phase and just go back to rebuild, man. I don't see
How
anything
do you though? That's the thing. You have upwards to like
like
80 mil committed to Bradley Beal and John Wall. It's tough.
all like no, that's what I'm saying. Like they have to deal with this because they're not doing. I don't think they're doing anything, especially in the East, for the next few years, and see what they can get out of Wall and Beal somehow because it's the Wall. I'm not convinced. I don't know if Wall and Beal are gonna be good enough.
My
Like it really depends on what their additions, though.
They were super competitive though before Wall got hurt. Like with the they played the Raptors hard in the 6 game series. Like they were actually competitive.
Hmm.
It's just
But that was
they
much different.
yeah,
It's
they're
much
they're
different.
missing like pieces. Like they had wing pieces back then with Marcus Morris. They're just missing a
Mm,
big man. Like they paid Ian Mahimi a lot of money for him to not do anything.
yeah.
So I like they could be competitive. It's just they need another piece. They're the worst defensive team in the league. Like they score like 120 points a game, but they're letting up a lot of points.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
average 120 points against, and they score 116.
Oh my gosh. That's a clown fiesta.
Yeah, it's nutty. I remember there was a crazy stat. Like the games that are over like 140, 150 points, them and the Hawks were involved in all of them.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
And
let's get into a fun one. Like okay, what realistically do you expect anything of Brooklyn for the rest of the year? I
nah,
think
bro.
they're lucky. I think they're lucky to make the playoffs. To be honest,
My, my season is finished, bro. Kyrie's gone. He's dead.
KD's
He's not
died.
coming back.
KD might come back,
KD
but
is
nah, he won't come back.
is
No way he comes back.
KD
Yo, would you be mad?
has been beaten.
Would you be mad if KD played in the Olympics? If he didn't play all year, and then I think it's the summer, obviously. Would you be mad if he played in the Olympics after not playing all year?
I wouldn't care. My issue would just be like, yo, um, are we gonna like, are you gonna injure yourself again? Like that's my issue.
Yeah,
I
but would
wouldn't
it be good
if
for him to
he's
play himself into shape and be like actually have game experience going into
yeah,
next
yeah,
year?
no, fine. If I'm good, I'm all good for that. But just don't get my concern is just don't get injured. Like same thing with Kyrie. Like don't if you guys are
Bro,
playing,
would you be
fine, but
would,
don't get injured.
another question? Would you be surprised if Kyrie retired?
Yeah, I'd be
I
very
wouldn't. I honestly
surprised.
wouldn't even be that shocked if he retired right now at the end
I
of the
would be
year.
very shocked.
I
I'd be very.
I
I
could
think he
see.
wants to win a chip.
I do too. I think he wants to do something without LeBron, like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
meaningful, right? But
Yeah.
I could see him just saying screw it, I'm done.
If
He's so spontaneous that I wouldn't be shocked.
I would be shocked right now because there's nothing to spur that. Like
Well,
if
the
it
shoulder
was,
injury is pretty serious.
yeah, it's we'll see we'll see what
We'll
the
see
thing.
next
If
year,
it's like,
obviously, but it
yeah,
seems like it's pretty
if,
serious.
if it's not like serious, then if it's like something where it's just like, oh, I can't play for the entirety of next year, then yeah, that'd be a big deal. But if it's just like, oh, yeah, you might miss the first 2 games, then no, I don't think he'll retire.
Do you
Like,
remember? Do you remember when he first came back, like from this injury, and he was saying, "I can't lift my arms above my head." Doesn't that scare you a little bit? As a guy that's that active, going to the hoop and all these
yeah.
crazy moves.
No, man, I'm scared. I'm scared as hell right now because I don't know, like, because I saw it was affecting his shooting
Yeah,
for
it
the
was
time
for sure.
he was playing through it, and not necessarily his his what's it called when he attacked the rim, but it was more so every single time he was shooting the three, it was always short,
And he wasn't
like
shooting a lot of
consistently
threes.
short, and it
He was
was like,
he wasn't shooting a lot either. He was mostly going to the lane, cutting to the basket.
and the most concerning thing is that this turbulosis or whatever it's called, impingement, sorry,
Oh
the
yeah,
shoulder
shoulder
impingement.
impingement.
Like that's my first time hearing of it. It's like a muscle being pinched by the bone every time he lifts his arm
Yeah,
up,
there's
and
no
it's like,
cartilage in between or whatever it is.
and see, that's the most concerning part because it's like, what do you even do for that? Like,
You hope it
what do you
heals.
even do?
You hope it
Like,
heals. All right, I'm gonna run through their roster real quick, and quickly tell me if they're there next year. Ready? Dinwiddie,
50-50.
Levert,
Yeah, he'll stay.
Joe Harris,
Um, Depends on how he ends the season because he hasn't been performing like last season.
Jared Allen.
He stays.
All right, for me, I think Levert's gone because Dinwiddie's very useful off the bench, and Joe
Mm,
Harris is iffy because he don't play defense.
mm.
That would be my 2 cents. I think
Yeah,
you can't get rid of Dinwiddie. You need another ball handler off the bench for them for sure. And I don't think Levert is that. Like Levert's a scorer.
yeah,
He's not a playmaker. And Joe
yeah. No,
Harris is
but
just a shooter.
I think they could get someone else though.
They could get someone else for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. But I don't think you're finding like a
Drew
playmaker off
Holiday.
the bench. Yeah, but Drew's not coming off the bench though.
He's not coming off the bench for Alonzo.
No, they're playing together. Because Zoe's
Oh,
six
that's
six.
right.
Zoe's six
That's
six.
right. That's right.
Drew
That's
also makes a
right.
lot of money. And
Mm,
I think Dinwiddie's on a good contract, and you won't find someone that will produce that well unless it's like obviously like a Lou Williams.
mm, mm.
Like that's what his ceiling is Lou Will,
Yeah.
and his floor is probably like hmm. Actually, I don't know what his floor would be. Maybe Schroeder, but Schroeder's been pretty good this year. I think Schroeder's been really good.
I don't know. Levert is kind of in a weird
Levert's been hurt
situation.
the last couple of years. That's my issue
Yeah.
with Levert. It's,
I don't
this
really.
season doesn't even matter for them.
Yeah, this season is
It's a wash.
season's wash. Season's the wash. Yeah.
I like congrats, make the playoffs, get swept by Milwaukee. You guys get another year in the playoffs, like your younger guys.
Yeah.
Learning experience. That's all it really is.
Yeah.
Hopefully they have some fun. All right, let's speaking of fun, let's jump into the Disney squad, the Orlando
I
Magic.
have no idea who was on this team, bro.
Yo, Marco
I'm gonna
Fultz is
keep
on
it
this
real.
team. He's been pretty solid this year.
Marco Fultz is on this team. I like him.
Yeah, Fultz has been solid. Aaron Gordon's been pretty bad, but
Wasn't he the dunk guy?
yeah,
He
yeah,
dunked.
he's been. Jonathan Isaac was really good before he got hurt, like defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
But he's probably done for the year. He might be back for the playoffs. I wouldn't want to play these guys in the playoffs. They play good D. They struggle on offense. Like
Mm.
Vucevic is fine. He's not. He's not gonna. He's not Jokic. He's like a poor man's Jokic. That's what he is.
Mm.
Let's be real. Terrence Ross is solid off the bench.
Terrence Ross. 75 overall, 2K, man. That guy was legendary.
Bo
Never
Bamba's
forget.
okay. Like he hasn't been great since they drafted him.
Mm.
This team's really full of just like guys that are just either like okay,
Just dirty.
yeah, just dirty.
Solid.
I
Solid.
wouldn't really want to play him in the playoffs because they're still a great defensive squad. It's a weird team. Like I don't see them going anywhere unless Marco Fultz takes like a leap.
That's another dead end team for me, man. I don't know who.
Honestly, them and Washington are kind of dead end. Even no, like I'm down just to skip them right now. Like Orlando, jump in the next team. Like
Let-
the Pacers to me
Yeah.
are kind of dead end too. I'm gonna be real. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like
Because you know what? Like, how good can Oladipo really get,
yeah,
right?
and he's struggled since he's come back. Like he's struggling right now. Like their best player is Sabonis for sure right now. And like how much
Yeah.
better is Sabonis getting than this year?
Yeah.
Brogdon was really good at the beginning of the year. He fell off really hard. Warren's been pretty good. Actually, a really good pickup for them was T.J. Warren. Paid nothing for him. He's been very good. Tried to fight Jimmy Butler. I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah.
Jamie
Jimmy
Lamb's out
Butler's
for the
on
year. He tore his ACL against the Raptors. Every year Indiana plays the Raptors, someone goes out for the year. Last year was Oladipo. This year's Jeremy Lamb. Like honestly,
Oh my
Miles Turner
gosh.
took such a step back to what he was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he was a great defensive center, and well, he's still good. He's just, I don't know what it is. I don't think him and Sabonis mesh.
Mm.
Like he was shooting the three really well last year. Like
Yeah.
39%. He dropped off to 34% this year.
Mm.
Sabonis has been really good though. My only issue with this team is they have no bench. Like it's the Holiday
Yo,
brothers on the bench. It's Drew Holiday's brothers on the bench.
their only relevance was their star in Oladipo, and if he doesn't come back, then it's like if he doesn't get back to where he was before, it's like I don't know what this team does.
Yeah. How's
I
this
don't know what his
sound?
team looks like.
How's this sound for star numbers for this season? Ready? 12 points a game, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 36% from the field, 26% from three in 10 games.
What was his injury again? Was it AC
It was a knee injury.
hamstring
It was a knee injury for sure.
injury? Yeah, give it some time, man. That's gonna take injuries affect different people different. I want to see what he does next year
But
because this year's a wash.
to be honest with you, the first year he was in Indiana, he was amazing. He scored 23 points a game. He was 5-4, really great. And then the next year was 18, 5-5. Like he took a step down the next year as well.
And then he got injured.
He got injured that year. The game he played 36 games. He was scoring 18 points a game that year. Like he took a step back that year compared to what he was the year before.
Interesting. We'll see. I
Like-
I still think it's a bit too early as hell. I want to see what next year holds for him,
I
and
just
then
feel
we'll see.
bad because they spent 20 mil on Brogdon,
Yeah,
and he's
to
27.
partner up with Oladipo.
The pair with Oladipo, and he was playing really well at the beginning of the year with Oladipo. He's been okay this year, like the last little bit,
Yeah,
but he hasn't been as good as he was at the beginning of the year, which kind of sucks. Like he had a 40, 50, 90 year, like it was fantastic, and this year he's shooting 43, 31, 89. So he took a step back shooting wise again.
Brogdon was with he was with the
Milwaukee.
Bucks though.
Yeah, and he did
Yeah, the
nothing in the
Bucks are-
playoffs. He was
The
invisible.
Bucks were a significantly better team though, you know.
This year, isn't that crazy?
No, but I'm saying they're significantly
but
better team. So like
They're
it was
better without
probably
him,
a
too,
lot.
though.
Huh?
They're
No,
better
no, but I'm
without him.
saying But what I'm saying is when he was playing with the Bucks, it must have helped him. That system must have helped
yeah,
him
for sure.
get up
Well,
those
if you have-
numbers.
If you have Giannis, just
Yeah.
getting you open looks nonstop, I'm sure you're gonna shoot
Yeah.
pretty well.
Yeah, so that's why it's like it might have made him look a lot better than he actually is.
Yeah, like he shot 43% from 3-point land last year, and this year he's shooting 31.
I guess he has to make his own shots.
He's a career 39% shooter, and he's just shooting horribly. Like everything dipped this year for him, except for points per game, but that's because he's touching the ball more and he's playing more.
We'll see what happens when he plays with Oladipo next year.
Yeah,
'Cause to be fair-
well, you're gonna see it, I guess, at some point this year, like what a real team would like, what they really look like, because there's 20 games left, 25 games left,
Mhm.
and the playoffs. You're assuming they're gonna play at some point,
Yeah.
to close to what their ceiling is, or it's just a wash, anyways. And enjoy your your 4-game sweep of the you're gonna get swept by the Celtics or the Raptors.
Oh my gosh. All right,
I
let's
don't
get
know,
out
rough
of
injury team.
depression.
Let's go to a next rough injury team. 76ers.
Yo, why is this team in fifth?
Because you know what? Last week they were in 7th or 6th. So like,
Yo,
the
why? Why have they lost 24 games? Oh my gosh.
bro, they spent 35 mil, or what is it? 28 mil on Al Horford.
Bro, Al Horford last year, people were saying, yo, this guy is the truth. Like, this guy is the best player on Boston.
Oh, he's really good. Okay, he's very good. He's in the worst system possible for him.
hmm
Imagine if Al Horford played for the Rockets. That's like the perfect scenario for Al Horford. All the space in the world. You can play defense.
Nah, bro.
You're the cornerstone
Small
of defense. He's not even that tall.
Nah, bro, we're pioneering a new style of play here.
Bro, he's
Small
only
ball.
6'9", bro. He's only 6'9".
Nobody taller than 6'6", okay? Get that out of here.
But
You're
like,
too tall to ride this ride.
yeah, for real. But realistically, imagine putting another center on the court with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, and clogging the
Yeah.
lane even more.
It's a Giannis team.
Bro,
It's a
imagine
Giannis
your
team.
starting 5 not be okay. Josh Richardson can shoot the 3 a little bit, and Tobias Harris can, but he disappears.
Yo, when Giannis has to go through that, and if they stop him, we're gonna have to turn around and praise this mad plan
Nah, bro.
because they risked the regular season
Yo,
to pull off the
Yo,
playoffs.
congrats. You beat
playoff
the Bucks,
heist.
but then you lost in 4 to the Raptors or the Celtics the next round. Like, it doesn't matter. They're not gonna beat
No,
the next team.
they're gonna perfectly calculate their position in the standing so that they face the Bucks in the conference
Yo,
finals.
honestly, right as of right now, so they play the Heat. They would play the Heat. Honestly, both those teams match up so well against the Bucks. It's like the East are planning this. Take one
You
for the
know,
team, boys.
stop Giannis.
Take one for the
Like,
team and take like easy peasy.
Embiid.
It's kind of crazy.
No, like the Sixers are a weird team. They have they. I want to wait to see what they do in the playoffs because if they, everyone keeps saying, "Oh, they're a playoff team. They're a playoff team." So maybe they will be. But they're a weird team. I don't know how much better they get from here.
Me and you
Like
have
this.
varying opinions on Ben Simmons. I think he's
Yes.
very good,
Yes.
and you don't. But I think he's fantastic. Okay, not fantastic. He's a great playmaker. He can score. He can play defense. My issue
No,
with this team is Joel, personally to me, because Joel
yeah.
Embiid's ceiling is like through the roof, like top 3 player in the league for sure. And some nights he plays like it, especially against the bad teams. He shows up. He does like the airplane. He talks a lot of crap,
Yeah.
and then against the good teams, he scores 0 points, like the against the Raptors. And then he
Yeah.
gets sunned by a 38-year-old Marc Gasol or 35-year-old Marc Gasol.
Embiid. I hate to say it, man. Embiid's a fraud. He's under fraud status for me right now. I can't remember the one like I can't remember a fuck you moment from him like where he's just like I'm winning this game no matter what. You
Fuck
can't
you
stop me.
moment. Yo, he's
I've
Paul
never
George. He's the Paul George of big man.
like I've seen so many other players. I've seen it from like Westbrook for example. And I don't rate Westbrook that much. I've seen it.
To be fair to Westbrook though, he has way more accolades than Embiid. Westbrook's gone to a finals, MVP.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh,
there's like I've
okay.
seen even like Tatum as well.
Yeah,
Like,
Tatum's gone to a
he-
conference final. He was fantastic.
like
Against the
there's just this consistency with certain players where they at least have that one moment where nothing stops them in the biggest game, and Joel Embiid hasn't had that for me yet. So it's like,
He was okay last year against the Raptors, and some of the games, but in other games he was horrible. Like he was okay if, a couple of games like in Philadelphia, like the airplane game where he was flying, like doing the stupid airplane thing up the court, and then the next game he just scored 10 points and he'd be invisible.
I think he rides his emotions too much. Like he rides emotional highs, but then like that's good for the highs, but then the lows hits him hard.
He's definitely took a step back this year.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
don't know.
rough to see out of the fourth year. Fourth year in the league, you've never played more than 64 games in a season, and you take a step back. It's rough.
Yeah.
Simmons has been good,
I don't know.
honestly. Like you can rag on him all you want, but every year he's been a little bit better. Like I think he's been good. Like that to me, that's
Bro,
their best player.
Simmons, I think Simmons is a fantastic player. I think he is. I can't rate someone who doesn't shoot.
Bro, he's a career 8.7% 3-point shooter.
Bro, I'm a career 0 for 0.
I'm not even that mad that he doesn't shoot. I'm more
I am.
mad that he practices it, and his coach says, "Oh, he can do it," and he asks him. The coach like goes out on the line and says he's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot one a game. He's gonna be okay, and then he doesn't even try, and he makes his coach look stupid. That's to me that someone doesn't care.
Yeah.
Okay, you had to pick between the two for Philly to run with, and you had to trade the other.
Oh, I'm picking Ben Simmons.
Hmm.
100%. I like not say I like Ben Simmons, but like I don't know how to word it. It's like I can't deny like he's a great player. He is a great player. Like in terms of he's literally like he's almost like LeBron without a jump shot,
Yeah, that's really what he is.
right? But then it's like to me, it's like if you're in the NBA, you need a jumper, man. If you're gonna be up to that elite level, you have to get that jumper.
Honestly,
On
I pick him too, just because he's healthier than he's been healthy. He's obviously hurt
Ah.
now, but he's been healthier than Embiid.
He's significantly more consistent than Embiid as
Yeah,
well.
for sure.
Like he always like okay, yeah, he might. Let's say he only ends up in like he doesn't get double figures in scoring or anything like that. But you know he can handle the ball. He's gonna make the right decisions, smart decisions. He's gonna see the lanes, the passes. He's a smart guy. Like he's a smart basketball player. And you're always gonna get that from him every single game. And he's not reliant on any sort of like for example, Kemba or Kyrie, those guys who they were reliant on making their difficult shots. So it's like when their difficult shots are going, you can't stop them. But when they're not going, it's like, oh, okay, we can handle this guy now. But with Ben, you're never gonna be able to 100% stop what he does because he's just a consistent player.
He's so good at the rim.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a light Giannis. He's like a lighter version of Giannis.
Yeah. So,
My thing is like if you were trying to make this roster better and you had to move one of them, it'd be Embiid for sure because you already have Al Horford. Like no matter
exactly.
what happens, you have an anchor between
Yeah.
Al Horford and Embiid. Well, obviously you can move Al Horford and get a shooter. Like, but if we had
Yeah.
to pick between Embiid and Ben Simmons, it'd be Embiid just because of the anchor you have. Because no matter what situation you do, like Embiid might be the better player with the better ceiling, but that
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna work with Al Horford and him running in the post together.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right.
No.
Do you have any like hopes for this team? Like
The
realistically?
Sixers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they could get
Like
to the.
like this year. I'm saying this year.
Oh, this year, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think. Look, if they get it depends on matchups. But if they play smart ball, I think they can. Okay, let's say the biggest threat in the East is the Bucks.
Yeah.
They're equipped to handle that.
I think it goes by tiers in the East right now. Like the Bucks are
Yeah.
obviously in their own tier, and then it's Boston and Toronto, and then Miami and Philly are in the tier below them, and then the rest is who cares.
Yeah, fair.
That's what it is.
100% fair.
I like, and it's funny because Miami and Philly are like the best equipped to play against Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Maybe Boston, maybe depends on Jason Tatum.
Not a chance.
You don't think so? I think Jason Tatum can take over that series.
Oh, scoring wise, yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like they're kind of built for that though. Like
Mm.
Jalen Brown's a great defender. Marcus Smart. Oh, I love to watch Marcus Smart go a whole series versus Milwaukee. Well, I guess we saw it last year. What am I saying? They beat them.
No, Marcus Smart was injured.
Did he
Marcus
play
Smart
last
was
year?
no, he was injured. He
Oh,
was
okay,
injured.
my bad. I all right. Let's talk about Miami. We'll get on the Boston later. Look, I have no hope for Miami.
I have hope.
Nah, bro, they've been okay. It's funny because they beat the Bucks tonight, and I'm gonna shit on them. They've been the last like since the new year, they have just been 5-5. At last 10
Tired.
games, 5-5,
Tired.
500.
They're
You think they're tired?
They're tired.
Bro, you can't be tired.
They're tired. You know why, bro? Their entire gist is working hard, just playing hard.
Yeah, but they're so
That's
young. They're so young.
they're
How are you
tired, bro.
bro?
It's a mental. It's not just a physical thing. It's a mental thing. They're just like, yo, season's dragging on. We're doing the same thing. Rinse and repeat. Blah blah blah. Telling you when the hype for the playoffs comes, I'm expecting them to lock back in, go back to that gritty play style. Hustle, get it done. I think they'll get back into it because that's what it is. It's like their whole thing is just trying really really hard, trying harder than the other team, and so once the playoffs come, I think that will lock them back up. I'm not saying like they're gonna go to the conference finals or anything like that, but we're gonna see the Miami Heat of earlier this
They're
year.
gonna have a tough. That's gonna be a battle in the first round against Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think Philly will edge it, but I
Okay,
wouldn't
my
be
issue,
surprised
my
if the
issue
Heat.
with Miami is okay. I like Jimmy. I think he's great.
Yeah.
My guy's shooting 24% from three this year. Come on, man.
That's rough,
You gotta
man.
be better.
That's I can't lie. That's rough.
He's been
rough.
good though. Yeah, he's been the primary playmaker. He's averaging 6 assists, 7 rebounds, 20 points. Still, it's just like, I guess he's surrounded by shooters, realistically.
Yeah.
But it's still like, I do. Who do you trust to hit a basket at the end of the game? That's the
That's a
thing.
good question because it's supposed to be Jimmy, but it's like
And if he,
he
can't
can't hit.
shoot, bro, if he can't shoot,
Can't shoot.
like what is he doing? Like is it Bam? I don't think so. It might be. It might not. It might be Dragic. Actually, big fan of Dragic. I think
I
they're
don't.
solid.
I have no idea. I think they're just gonna give it to Jimmy. Jimmy's gonna demand it. They have no choice. And they have to rely-
Honestly, I think Bam's the most underappreciated player in the league.
I agree. I don't know if he's the most underappreciated, but he's one of them.
One of them for sure. Like I can't wait for to see him in the playoffs. Like I really want to see him against Embiid and Giannis.
I can't. I actually really looking forward to the playoffs this year. For once, it's not like, oh, we know who's on one side of
Last
the.
year was good though. To be fair, last year was very good. The first round was sucked. The
Yeah.
first round sucked, but the second round was really good.
No, I'm saying like we knew the Warriors were gonna get to the.
Did we though last year? Last year was tight, man.
It was tight, but really though,
Like
like
they went 7 against the Rockets, right? And
yeah,
then they
no,
went.
I think it was six. It was six.
Oh, maybe it was 6. It was 6.
Yeah, nah,
It was
bro. Like
close though.
that was nah, bro. Literally the biggest choke job of the Rockets for the past 2 years.
But like they went 6 against the Clippers in the first round. That was a great series.
Yeah, no, but no one believed. There's no
They
way.
took 2 games, man.
Nah,
Beverly,
man.
they took 2 games.
Yo, with Lou Williams as your best scorer, get out of here. Get out of here,
The
man.
Rockets took 2 games. The Trailblazers were in
Yo.
every game. It was close. They got swept, but it was really close.
Get out of here. You hear what you're saying?
Bro, it was
you're-
actually close.
Yo, you're clutching at straws right now, bro. Warriors are going to the finals no matter
Yeah,
what. Last
but you say
year.
that, but like the Nuggets and Blazers went 7, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Dame
but
hit like the shot, almost the shot. If it wasn't for Kawhi, it was like the shot of the decade against the Thunder in the first round. The Nuggets
True.
went 7 against the Spurs. Last year was a good playoffs.
no, the playoffs were good. I'm saying like what I'm saying is, at least this year we won't think like okay they're like
Oh, okay,
like
but
you
like
would bet,
I see what
you
you're
would bet
saying,
that
but
the Warriors
I
would
feel like
beat
you
us.
can make that argument this year for the Bucks and Lakers. Like, they're just destined to play against each other.
The Lakers have to face the Clippers.
Yeah, but the
Clippers have been
Clippers might go
dominating
out
layers.
against someone else.
But I'm saying it's not as clear cut as last year, man. Like when you look at the roster from the Warriors, it was just such a serious like that's probably the best starting five ever assembled.
Yeah, obviously.
Like and so it's like it just stands out to me more where it's just like you look at that as okay, that's one team locked in the finals. This year it's like you could make the I agree more with the Bucks. Like the Bucks are like
You can make a case for
they're
the Bucks that they're just gonna roll through the East, for sure.
but I don't even think it's gonna be like that though because they have
Nah,
so
some
many
tough
like
matchups. They do have some tough.
yeah. So it's like that's why I'm saying like I'm really looking forward to this year because I couldn't bet. I wouldn't feel safe betting. Last year I'd feel safe betting on the Warriors.
All right.
If you were to say at the beginning of the series, at the beginning of the playoffs, who am I betting to be in the finals? I'm saying okay, first bet Warriors in the finals. I
Yeah.
couldn't say that this year.
Okay, but do you trust the Heat? Let's get back on the Heat quick. Do you trust a team in the Heat that lost back-to-back games last week to Cleveland and Minnesota? And they were up like 19 against Minnesota. And Jimmy Butler
Trust them to do
didn't
what?
score
Trust
a
them to do
point.
what?
The win. Let's say 2 rounds.
2 rounds?
2
Yeah.
rounds, bro. Get to the conference finals. We'll give them. That's their ceiling.
To the conference final? Nah, I'll trust them to win a round,
I
but
don't
then
even trust them to win around, bro. How do you lose to the Cavs? How do you lose
bro,
to the
they're
Cavs?
tired, yo.
And
These
then the
young
Timberwolves?
bloods. Yo, Butler will whip him into shape, fam.
But then
Butler
you
will
go beat
whip
the
him into
Bucks
shape.
next week. Then you go beat the Bucks next week. Yo, they also the week before that they lost to the Hawks, and then the week before that they lost to the Kings.
Yo, don't even sleep on that boy Fox. My boy Fats.
I know, but still, like,
Buddy?
yo,
Buddy
they had
Hield?
some horrible losses this year. They lost to the Knicks. If you lose to the Knicks, you should be eliminated from the playoffs, instant. Like, you shouldn't even be considered for the playoffs. They lost to the
I
Wizards.
believe
They have
in
some,
Jimmy buckets.
They have some horrible losses. That's all I'm saying. Some really
Yo, so-
bad losses.
So did Golden State.
Nah,
So
bro,
what's
Golden State rolled, man. Come on. All right, I'm gonna go on forever if we talk about this. Just like I can't believe you lose to the Knicks. Like if you, for real, the Knicks have beat the Nets, the Mavs, the Heat. So frustrating. All right, let's get to the real contenders of the East. Top 3.
All right.
What do you think of Boston? Realistically, I honestly think I'm a homer. Obviously, the Raptors are my team.
Mm-hmm.
I could talk away where the Raptors are the best out of these 3 teams and like they come out on top, but I honestly think Boston's the best.
Over the Bucks?
I think they could match up really well against the Bucks.
Hmm.
Listen. Tatum and Brown took a leap this year. They didn't have. They won a game last year against the Bucks, and then Kyrie pieced. Kyrie's like, "All right, I did my job." You know the meme where it's like, "All right, I'm out of here," and the person's like, "But you didn't do anything," and the guy goes, "Exactly," and he like flips his game. That was Kyrie last year after he won a game.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what
You
I
have
don't know what
they
what
legitimately have
Celtics.
like three All Stars. Like could have been three All Stars. Jalen Brown, Tatum, and Kemba. My only thing is like, what's Kemba gonna look like in the playoffs?
I don't think it matters. I don't even think he has to perform that well.
Yo, hold on, T game. Yeah, Zuby just said, is Conley better than Derrick Rose still? All right, bro. Conley's been hurt all year. Hold on. That's like asking me when Derrick Rose blew out his knees if Darren Williams
He's
was
better
better
than
than.
Brendan Knight.
Yeah, he's better than Brandon Knight, bro. He's been hurt all year. Wait till the playoffs and see what Conley looks like.
Oh my gosh, Zuby talking that smack,
Yeah,
eh?
well, I said at the beginning of the show, D Rose is still my boy. Come on, I gave him some love when I talked about the Pistons.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Gordon Hayward still sucks.
Yo, what happened? Yo, I'm so confused, man. Yo, I actually forgot that guy played for the Celtics. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, he's honestly not even that bad. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, but he's
He's
not
honestly
like.
averaging 17 points a game. He's been pretty solid. He's shooting 38% from three. He's actually not that bad. He's just not that good. Like he's like
Yeah,
in the
but he's
middle.
just not what you
Nah,
expected.
he
Like
was
nowhere
so
near.
good in Utah.
Yeah, exactly. He's nowhere near that. But I guess he had to take. He's taking a step back probably mentally as well for Jalen and company and what's his name Tatum. So that's another thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know.
I
He actually has great shooting splits this year, like 50, 30, 85.
I don't know where I see the Celtic team, man. I don't know. I feel
Competitive.
like
They're definitely
they're
competitive.
they're competitive, but I feel like they're if they don't, yeah,
All right, wait. Throw the bias out the window. Are they better? Are they
yeah.
better than the Raptors in a seven-game series?
Uh,
I think it's
yeah, I
really
think they could
close.
be.
I think it's really
Yeah,
close, but I give
I
the
think
edge
they edge
to
it.
Jason Tatum. Like
Yeah, exactly.
it's really Tatum versus Siakam.
Yeah, it's legit. That's because that's it. Like right now, if Tatum plays like he's playing right now, which is
Let's
that's
hope.
where my most skepticism comes from because I don't know if this is a proper patch. I don't know if like I don't know like I don't know how like how if he can channel this in the playoffs um because he hasn't, but we'll see. Like it really does come down to that. Jason, basically the Celtics are as good as Jason Tatum. If
Yeah,
Jason Tatum is balling out and he's doing what he's doing right now, if he averages 25 points or something like that in the playoffs, they're mad. They're actually mad. But the
yeah, yeah.
problem
You
is
don't know
why
about
I'm so
Kemba though.
worried.
You don't know about
And
Kemba.
Kemba too. But my
Kemba could
worry is
be a beast.
like they're like the right now Jason Tatum and Kemba they're kind of hitting they're the way they play it's kind of hit and miss.
Yeah,
Like that's where
it's your turn, my
I'm
turn. Still.
and so I'm kind of iffy where I don't know if I want to place my faith in them. Like when I look at like a player like Giannis is going to bring the same thing every game no matter what because he just relies on athleticism, right? But then we got guys like Tatum where it's like again I brought this up with Kyrie where it's like um can he consistently perform like that? That's my only call for skepticism
My
to be
only
honest.
my only well, I'd say they have a lot more other pieces this year. Like Smart's been really good this year. He's actually shooting the three really well. Brown's
Oh
been
yeah,
Brown's been almost just as good as Tatum. Obviously not over this last stretch because Tatum's been on fire, but Brown's been pretty
yeah,
close to as good as Tatum all year consistently. Kemba's
yeah.
you don't know what Kemba's gonna bring in the playoffs because he's been there once or twice and they get
Hmm.
swept in the first round. But he's never been built with a team this big, like this good. It'd be interesting to see what he actually looks like in the playoffs. Well, in the All
Yeah,
Star
for
game, bro, he
sure.
choked hard in the fourth quarter. I know it's not a it's not a good way to project what he looks like in the playoffs, but he choked pretty hard in that fourth quarter in the All Star game.
Yeah,
Tyson's
yeah.
been very good for them this year.
Yeah, I wonder though if the center is gonna hurt them defensively.
Tyson's been very good. Canada was
Yeah,
very good for the Blazers last year in the playoffs as
in
a
the
defensive
playoffs.
big.
Yeah,
I
so
I'd
maybe
be
he'll step it
the
up
only
again.
thing is they don't match well against in the center position. They don't match well against Toronto and the Bucks.
Yeah, so that's why I'm skeptical. I don't know. The Celtics, if Jason Tate, it's really just Jason Tate. If he balls out, they can beat anybody. Like in the East, I think they
They
can beat anybody in the East.
they do have a security blanket, and honestly, Gordon Hayward's a pretty good security blanket to have in a big
Yeah,
game
yeah.
like that.
And Brad Stevens is a hell of a coach. So
Yeah. Oh, the top three coach actually, honestly, top four teams: Spoelstra, Brad Stevens, Nick Nurse, and Coach Bud. They're all great coaches.
yeah.
So it'd be and that's what I'm looking forward to most in the playoffs. Is seeing what the coaches battle is going to be like.
Mm, mm.
All right. Let's speaking of Nick Nurse, let's jump into the Raptors. They've been struggling the last couple games.
Oh boy,
Tough loss against the Nuggets. They were competitive. Anunoby popped off, plus 30
yo,
points, 7 steals.
they need to realize that that boy Van Fleet has to be the first option.
Okay, bro. No, for real though. Are these guys gonna be healthy by the time it's playoffs? Like it's insane how many games
I don't know. I
they
don't
played
know.
like a crazy. They haven't played with a full healthy team this year.
Ooh, I really hope. I really hope that doesn't. I really hope we get to
What are you
see
more
it.
worried about? What are you more worried about? Siakam being a bucket in the playoffs, or them being healthy? Because Siakam struggled against good teams this year so far, or not all year, but the last stretch he's struggling against getting into the paint. Like he's been just shooting mid ranges and threes.
Mm, not so much worried about Siakam, to be honest. I think if the team's healthy, and Siakam's in there, I think they'll figure it out. My thing, yeah, I'm more worried about the health. If they, if they're not all healthy, that's gonna obviously be an issue. That's probably my biggest concern when I look at it. I think, what's it called? See, because when the full team is there, Siakam knows his role. The guys are gonna support him. I think
Yeah,
they'll be
everyone
able
knows
to.
their role. That's the best
Yeah,
thing about
they're
it.
gonna.
Anunoby's been very good the last couple games defensively. He has 13 steals in the last 2 games.
Yeah, I think Siakam. I think sorry, not Siakam. Van Fleet's gonna. I think the Raptors will really honestly go as far as Van Fleet will take them. Like if like yeah, I'm being honest, like if Van Fleet performs very well in the playoffs, that's gonna be really good for the Raptors. Like really, really good, because I think he's a very versatile point guard in terms of, and I think he's very underrated in that regard too. I think in
My
the
only
regards
issue
of what
with
he
Van Fleet is he
brings.
struggles against big teams, and there's a lot of big teams this year. Miami's big, Philly's big, Bucks are big.
Yeah, I think he'll pull it together. I'm still. You don't perform like you did last year. You know,
Oh, Kyle's been really good this
with
year
that.
though. Overall,
Yeah,
almost 20 points a game, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, a steal. He's been
Kyle's the
very
vet.
good. He's a gamer.
Kyle's the vet, man.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
gamer. Shows up for the big games. My only
yeah.
he was kind of trolling against the Bucks. Did you see him try to go through through Eric Bledsoe's legs? Even nutmeg, bro.
Yo,
He's on like that next level of thinking. He sees Trey
yo,
nutmegging people, and he's like, "Nah, bro, watch this."
trying to pioneer the game, my guy.
What do you expect from these guys? Is it a
Um,
failure? Here, wait, I'll phrase it better. Is it a failure of a year if they don't make it back to the conference finals?
no,
So
no
say
chance.
say they beat Orlando and then lose to Boston in 6 games, 7 games. You okay with that for them?
Not okay with that. I think they can pull through it. It just I wouldn't consider it a failure. Like because like if put it this way, if Boston beats Toronto, it's Tatum. Like they just deserve it. And it's not like we necessarily have a player with the peak of Tatum on our team really. So if the Boston does end up beating the Raptors, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh man, we definitely should have won that series. No, like Boston's a great team. Like they have like superstar potential on them. They have superstar talent. Like not a superstar player. Like Tatum's not like at like a superstar level, but when he's in that zone, man, he has that Kobe-esque, Michael Jordan-esque kind of play, Durant-esque kind of play. That lanky, skillful, skillful player that you can't really teach that, right? So if they lose, like I wouldn't say it's deemed as a failure. It would just be disappointing because I know the teams are close.
Yeah. No, I think if they go out on a hard series, like they played hard, lost in 7 or 6, it's fine.
Yeah,
If they go out in
exactly.
4 against the Celtics in
Yeah,
second
no,
round, bro,
no,
that's
no, no.
rough. Even if honestly, if they beat the Celtics and go in 4 against the Bucks, I think that's a failure. You can't
Uh,
go out looking like a fool.
oh, if they go on 4 against the Bucks after
Yeah,
going past, yeah, you can't go out. You can't go out.
you can't go out looking like a fool. All right, before we jump into the Bucks, Zuby wants to know what's your thoughts on prime Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, we're
Not the
talking
legend,
Celtics.
tiny Isaiah. You
Yo, that guy's a system player.
you think? Nah, bro. I think he just got screwed by that hip injury.
Yeah, it is a
That
serious injury, but I think,
he went through a rough
man,
patch. Like his sister died, really bad hip
yeah,
injury. Went to a horrible situation for him in Cleveland, and he's never really bounced back after.
I don't know, man. I think he was. I still think he was a system player because
It's,
he's
it's
like,
tough
I
to
don't know,
say
man.
though.
Because
He scored like 30 points a game on Boston, or it was like 28 or 29. It's
who
tough.
else is scoring on that team, bro? That's a Bradley Beal situation,
I
but with a
guess.
good coach,
I
with a really
guess.
good coach. Think so.
Like it's just a
And
rough
he's
situation, to be honest.
it's very unfortunate, but there's players who go through situations, maybe definitely not as bad as that, but who go through injuries, go through setbacks, but you can still see that there's a caliber to their game that transfers wherever they go, and they're able to perform at a really high level, or not maybe not near the level they're performing, but you could still see like, okay, that guy's still that guy. With Isaiah Thomas, it's like not even close, like
Yeah,
not even close.
he went to an
So
awful situation for him to go to Cleveland and play. Like it's tough to play with LeBron, realistically.
yeah,
It's not an easy thing to do.
yeah. I think. I definitely think I still think it was a system. Like, I'm not gonna look at that and say like, oh man, let's pick this guy and start him
No,
to
no, he obviously lost
build.
a step after the hip injury too. Like
Yeah,
you could see it, eye test wise. I think he was great for Boston, and he went through a rough patch, had some rough
he
spots,
was
but
so good for
yeah,
Boston.
and he'll always be that good for Boston. Like no one's ever gonna take
Yeah,
that away from him. It's
no
just like
way. Yeah, fourth quarter IT
yeah,
Kenny, fourth quarter
he
king
was
they
a
call.
monster. He was scary. It was
Hmm.
just like
Yeah,
it's a flash in the pan type of player. Whereas a couple
yeah.
years of greatness and then back to being irrelevant. Lots of guys
Fortunately,
go through that. And it's just
yeah.
whatever. Like Andre was like that on Philadelphia. Andre Iguodala, he was fantastic on Philly. Was good on Denver. And if he
Mm.
didn't go to a good situation like Golden State, would anyone care?
You could maybe say the same thing about Kevin Love.
Yeah, but Kevin Love was really good on Minnesota though. He was a monster.
For how was it? Was he was there for a long time?
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, he was there for
Okay,
a while.
okay. All right, never mind
Zuby
then.
says Boston was number one in the East, but like they lost. They didn't do anything as number one in the East. They just lost to LeBron.
Just like the Bucks, man.
What's your purpose? Lose to LeBron, just like the Raptors.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
All
no,
right,
like
let's jump
that's
into
the
the Bucks, or else we're gonna go on for this forever.
all right, all right.
All right, wait. Are the Bucks real? Like as stupid as that sounds, like, do you trust Middleton? Do you trust Bledsoe? I don't trust Bledsoe for sure. Middleton,
I don't trust Giannis.
you don't trust Giannis, bro. Honestly, the Raptors did a really good job against Giannis last time they played, but Middleton was
If
really good.
if you figure out if you just I don't trust Giannis.
There is a
If
way to
if you
stop
figure
this
him out,
team. There is a way.
hmm?
You
Yeah,
clog the
like
paint and you switch really well, like the Raptors and Philadelphia and Miami do.
you like exactly. And all he has to do is develop. I think one more year of this development of his jump shot. Then you can't really stop him like at all. But right now you can stop him.
My
I
The
don't.
only
I
thing with
don't.
this
Yeah.
team is in the playoffs, if the shooters aren't shooting, they don't really got much.
No. Yeah, they don't.
It's gonna be
It's
Giannis versus the world. Middleton was really good until he played the Raptors. He had one good like 30-point game against the Raptors, and then he was awful. The rest of
um,
when they lost 4 in a row, he was awful except for one game.
I think the playoffs are just a completely different animal. Maybe this year they'll realize that and maybe think drastically different to cover up or make up for whatever weaknesses they have.
Oh,
But
the Lopez brothers have been good. Robin and Brook. Brook
Yeah.
kind of took a step back from last year, but Robin's been very good. Wesley Matthews has been good. They picked up Marvin Williams, who can shoot. He's been solid for them since he came over. I like George Hill's been fine. I'm not really scared of George Hill in the playoffs. Bledsoe, I like honestly. Do you have to play him in the playoffs? It might be better for them not to play Bledsoe in the playoffs. One quick thing about Bledsoe, that man has the longest arms I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that I was just thinking that. Every time I think of Bledsoe, I just think of this long-armed man, like this freakishly long-armed man.
Yo,
Like, he looks weird, bro.
this man can touch his toes without bending down. It's crazy. You think
Oh
he'd
my
be better?
gosh.
I honestly, that's probably why he doesn't shoot so well. Because his arms are so long.
Oh, 100,
Like,
100%.
timing's off.
100%,
Yo, Pat
man.
Connaughton's been good for them. Dante DiVincenzo's been fantastic. Like Corver, he's Kyle Corver. He's just gonna shoot threes, not do anything else. I kind of hope they win because I like Kyle Corver and I want him to get a ring.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That'd be cool.
yeah. That would be cool. I don't know. If they you know what though, something to think about. If they do make it to the finals, it's obviously one of the better chances in the East. If they do make it to the finals, I think they have a really good chance of winning the whole thing.
To be honest with you, my birthday's on Friday. They play the Lakers on Friday. That could be a finals matchup right there.
Yeah, yeah. Finals preview.
Yeah, and see
That'd be
how they
very
match up. I like Lopez is a good defender. I don't know what they're gonna do against AD though. It'd be interesting. How are you gonna stop Alex Caruso? You got a game plan.
JaVale McGee.
JaVale
Haven't even thought about that.
Yo, I saw it. All right, bro. That's enough for the like. We all know what the Bucks are. Like they're fantastic. Whatever. The Lakers would be a good matchup for them this week to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't feel good about them in the playoffs.
The Bucks.
Yeah,
Yeah, me neither.
I like Giannis. I like their team. I like Middleton. I like Wesley Matthews.
Nah, bro. I'm Team Harden. Team Harden. Team Harden.
No, I love Harden too, but like, if I had to pick
Call
an
them
issue
out.
with this team, bro, is like I don't know what you're gonna do in the playoffs because you choked so hard last year against the Raptors. There's no way you should have lost that last year.
Yeah, nah.
You missed
4
the
games they
championship.
lost.
You lost
4 games in a row.
Yeah, you lost a championship. Like that was the easiest championship of your life.
I just think the problem is once you figure out like Giannis, it's like what else can the team offer?
Well,
It's
Middleton's
really
supposed to be
difficult.
this great shooter, and he's supposed to be a game changer as well. And Bledsoe's supposed to be, honestly, he's not supposed to be like a monster, but he's supposed to be there. He's supposed to be your third guy.
At least, yeah. Yeah, but we'll see. Maybe they'll figure it
Great
out this
defensive
year.
team, though.
Yeah.
Played great D. But are they gonna play that in the playoffs? Wesley Matthews is a good defender. Lopez twins are good.
And
It's
you
just
know what
interesting.
too?
They're deep.
It's
That's the other thing though. They're not like they're actually like depth wise. They're pretty deep. They just don't have LeBron has AD. You wouldn't say AD and Milton are the same type of guy. Right?
yeah. And then the thing is too, this year is a lot different because there's teams that are specifically built to stop the Bucks.
for
Like,
sure.
the-
There's teams, bro, that are like just there to clog the paint and switch on them.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. Yo, I'd love to see one of those movie moments. Giannis has an evolution mid game and just develops a jumper or something. That'd be
Honestly,
awesome.
He
But
hasn't even been that bad shooting the three though. He's been okay.
yeah, no, I don't like. I'm liking it. Like That's what I'm saying. I think next year it's gonna develop. I think in something very scary, and people should be very scared.
Yeah, like
If you-
32% from three is
well,
pretty good, man. Like you should be
like,
worried.
yeah. So I'm not worried this year. I don't think he's not gonna shoot that.
No,
like, in the
yo,
play.
and I always wonder why he doesn't like develop like a fade in the post or like a sky hook or something. Like how
That would
would
be
you stop that,
unstoppable.
bro? How would you stop it? Like LeBron against the
Unstoppable.
Raptors that one series the last time they played, he just fade on the Raptors every time, coming out on the post and just fade. There'd be a guy in his face. It'd just be this rainbow fade and just drop every time. Ridiculous.
Don't remind me, bro.
All right, I'll go on forever if we talk about stuff like that. But
Yeah.
the wrapped up, it's gonna be a good playoffs.
This is good. I'm really looking forward to this playoffs.
Yeah,
It's gonna
I
be
think
good.
both sides are battle. It'll be interesting. Honestly, I'm
Yeah.
hoping the last 4 teams are the same 4 as last year: Milwaukee, Boston, Toronto, and Philly. Let's
That's
see
the
it.
playoffs.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah.
But I want something light to end the show. Did you see yesterday Zion at the end of the game? JaVale McGee asked Zion for his jersey, and Zion, you know when like players trade jerseys, Zion didn't
Yeah.
trade jerseys with him. Like he gave him his jersey and just walked away. He didn't ask for JaVale McGee's jersey.
No, you can't. That's rude.
What do you mean?
Bro, come on. That's a JaVale McGee, Shaq and the Fool MVP legend.
Straight disrespect.
Oh man, I
I'm
actually
feeling it,
feel
though. I like it. I like it. I
I'm
love
feeling
the.
sad,
I feel
bro.
like he didn't do it on purpose, but he has the ball.
No, he definitely didn't. He definitely didn't. He just genuinely thought like, I actually don't. He didn't even consider I should get this guy's jersey because he didn't want it. That's you know what happened. He wasn't doing it out of like disrespect or nothing. He was just like, oh yeah, here's my jersey. He just walked away because
just
he's
a
like,
nice
I don't
guy,
want this
man.
guy's
He's
jersey.
just a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure, have it.
Oh my god.
Hey, light-hearted way to end the show.
Man.
That's it for us.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter, SYW Show. Follow our YouTube, Swallow Your Whistle. Follow us on Podbean, Swallow Your Whistle. We're on Apple Podcasts. I keep saying it, we're going to get on Spotify. I've been lazy as hell. I'll do it eventually. Twitch, Why So Serious. Eventually we'll get switched it over to Swallow Your Whistle. Just keep up with us.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thanks. Peace.
Peace.